Alright, this is Scott Augustine for CardRunners.com. I'll be bringing you the third and final part of this clearly three-part series of me playing 3 tables of 2-4, 6-max across varying kind of denominations of euro and dollar, and then we had in the second part a decent amount, and the first part, decent amount of deep and ante play. So I think now this is more what you'll look at as your bread and butter going forward. I don't think I added in any more ante-tables, but we'll see. Then the bottom right, I just gone over explaining this hand. In the bottom right, that was a Hold'em Manager hand that had happened pre-recording the footage, so I wanted to go over that, take a look. I'm not sure if I bring up any more hands in there, but we'll take a look when they come around. Queen's obviously open against these two short stacks. Yeah, definitely go over some hands. This is interesting. Bet from this guy who was pretty tight, but looks like his stats are loosening up quite a bit after part 2. Get through with the queens there, so not a big deal. Apparently I'm still trying to go over this hand. If you hadn't watched part 1 or 2, this footage was recorded, and I had recorded live audio over it, but then the audio was like really, some of it was corrupted, some of it was just poor commentary on my part, so I scrapped the audio, but I thought the footage was good, so now I'm just re-recording it. And I'll try. Well, we haven't had any hands so far to speak up from our end. If there's any interesting spots with 2 other opponents playing, I'll try to make some comments on those. We go for a check. They go for a check raise in the bottom left, and I think the 7-3 suited there. I think I should probably be 3-betting it rather than defending it, but it's close. There's some sort of discrepancy now with how people are playing the big blind, and I think it actually goes from like even session to session for some players. I know I have been going back and forth on some different kind of default strategies. Obviously, you're going to want to be 3-betting your strongest hands quite often from the big blind, but then it becomes a discrepancy of should you still continue like the linear 3-betting range, because you are capping the action, which is the reason why you choose to 3-bet or fold a good majority of your range from the small blind, is to deny the equity of the big blind, gain initiative, and you're close the action if the guy flats or 4-bets or whatever. Like, you're not going to be squeezed out of the hand or face something a bit tough from the big blind. So a lot of people will go purely 3-bet or fold, where a lot of other players will play quite an aggressive 3-betting strategy with some flats in between, which is kind of what I lean towards. But going forward from the big blind, it's tough to say. Some people are saying flat quite a bit, especially to the min opens in the big blind, because you're closing the action and you want to keep his range as wide as possible. And then 3-bet kind of like these type of hands, like 7-3 suited, Jack 2 suited, those type 10-2 suited hands that like are at the bottom of your what you would be flatting. But on the other hand, like if some people I run into are opening like 90% on the button, I'm not convinced against those people that a linear range still isn't best against that. I think deep 7-8 suited is just a fold against that guy. We defend pre-flop with 10-9. Goes check twice. We check again, which I think is okay. I think a lot of people in the bottom left would c-bet once he checks twice to us. But I think with 10-9, it's like, is he really like check calling a 6 on the turn too often, or a 5? Like, he might just like bet a lot of his 5x type hands on this board, or be like I don't see a ton of value from betting, and I could still definitely get check raised from that spot. And I don't. It's a spot where like, if I give up a free card against like King 7, I'm not like too worried about that compared to value cutting myself against like Jack 8 or better 10s. So I think it's okay to check behind, and I would probably bet like King 10 plus. Queen 10 and 10-9 I think I could go back and forth on. But on this river, if he bets, we'll definitely be raising, as I'd expect to almost always be good here. And it could be a spot where we were trying to check down like an ace high or like a 6 and decided we want to turn it into a bluff when he bets here. And then on the river, I think it's just an easy value bet. Sizing, I could go anyway. I think he just has like ace X all the time. He's check folded anyway, so it's not like a huge deal.